Hello and welcome to Eric's Studio, previously Sparky Studio. This here is the MAONO WAVE T5. I sent this for review. That's your full disclosure. No money was exchanged, simply sent to try it out and see how it works. Right now I am actually wearing the Hollyland Lark M2 and this does have some advantages. How does the MAONO WAVE T5 beat the Hollyland Lark M2? That's almost identical to this. Well, I have a button that allows me to record and stop recording, and that is a very, very useful feature of this, let alone the mute button. In this kit, I have USB Type-C connection, camera connection, as well as Apple Lightning, and I can connect to PC. Can I connect to the DJI drone? We'll find out in this review. Now let's get started. Yeah. Hello, this is Eric's Studio, formerly Sparky Studio. Now this here is the MAONO WAVE T5. Starting with what's inside the box. That's the outer shell. And open the box, we lift the lid as we see right here. We got a holder, little bag, some information here. I'm not going to read through that. Some more information in this bag. Let's see if we can see what's in here. I'm going to open this up. 2 magnets, package options. Also included are a bunch of stickers where you can change the front face. A USB cable, USB-C to USB-C, and our cable here is, well, USB Type-A to USB Type-C. And we have little fur muffs. Here's the Hollyland, this huge thing versus this small thing. When it comes to the charging case, this gives us 30 hours of battery life with the case, or the transmitters have up to 9 hours of battery life. We can see we have the 2 microphones and the camera mic on this particular kit that fits in, and we close and open our case, we can see the battery life remaining. The hard case works wonderfully for just storing everything. So if I am going on a shoot somewhere and I need some microphones, portable size, have all the equipment, all the cables, I can pack them in here. Here it's going to keep it safe. What I'm holding here are 2 necklaces. I'm going to look at what side has the MAONO symbol because that's going to be the back side. So I'm going to wear this necklace so the magnet has the MAONO facing me, and I simply flop it on. We also have 2 clips for mounting to, say, a button-up shirt or something, and to mount it to here, it's simply magnetic. Here I have one of the microphones. We can set red button, we can see the noise cancellation button. Let's press the noise cancellation button and look at that receiver. So you notice that receiver light there changed, and if I press the red button, that's our mute. And watch what happens when we press it for 3 seconds. Do we notice my phone started recording? Automatically, so I can sit back and stop and start recording just at a touch of a button. That is so cool. Hold the button down for about 3 seconds, it powers off, and here are the contacts that go to the charging case. You have this little tiny arrow that will tell you what side's up. Now when the fur's on, you really cannot see that, that's covered by the fur, so note that one. Let's take a closer look at these 2 receivers. They look basically identical, except one's USB-C and one is Apple Lightning, and the bottom is even the same. We can press the button for noise cancellation, on or off, or hold it down for like 3 seconds for pairing mode, and both of them have a USB port on the side which can be used for charging these devices, like your phone. You can actually charge your phone while these are connected. Pretty cool stuff here. This is the side that connects to your digital camera, and yes, you can connect this to your PC, which I'll show momentarily. Yeah, I have it connected to PC. That camera side with USB to PC, it does work. And this included cable is TRS, which connects right to the side of here and to your mic in on the other side. We have the power button here to turn the power on or off, and yes, when we remove the devices from the case, they automatically turn on. The blue light is flashing because nothing is connected. So note that one. But that's because everything's inside the case. Here we have mono and stereo as a switch, Mind you, if you noticed, the mobile phone version does not have these settings, including the volume rocker that's right here. And with the mobile phone version, you have to use the mobile app. Yes, you can connect this to PC, and yes, I'll show that, but you have to pre-change your settings through your mobile application, which is Maono Link. In order to download the Maono Link software, just look it up, Maono Link, and here we go. And we see it right here. It tells me I can update the app, but for this moment in time, I'm going to go directly to the app. And here we have sound coloration. We have voice enhancer, warmth. How am I coming through as warmth setting? Let's go to bright setting. How am I coming through with the bright setting? And if I go to huskiness, how is the sound like such? My gain is halfway right now. We can see my line here, my metering. So if I go to loud, which I can do right now as we speak, and if I speak a little bit louder, we can see it red line there. So we want to be careful about how much gain volume we're using. So I'll keep it there right now. I can put noise reduction to slight, moderate, or to aggressive, as well as custom. So I can turn it right down, I can turn it right up, just with a slider. If I want to check my firmware, I'll go to this little CPU looking thing right beside the Wave T5 words right here. So let's go right here. And here we can see the firmware I'm using right now. Now let's test out the mute button. Let's see if you can hear me here. I don't know if you can hear me now. It should be unmuted. And this is a test of the mute button. This is a test, and I can't tell because I have the mic receiver facing opposite way of me. So that's one thing you want to do, is make sure that receiver and on your phone or your camera, whatever, is facing towards you so you can see it. Right now the fur popped off the top to listen to the microphone sound. Mic test 1 2 3, mic test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2 3, mic test 1 2 3. And this is a test with the fur off. And this is a test with the fur on. Is there any difference in tone? I don't know, but we'll both find out on playback. Right now I'm connected to PC, and if I speak through one microphone or speak through the other, you can see the waveforms, and you should be able to hear the difference if you are on a device with two different speakers showing left or right speaker. The waveforms are blended together. I'm now set to mono. I actually went to my mobile phone, changed that over, and I changed my tone to warmth from the vocal setting. 48 kilohertz and 24-bit audio format. Signal to noise ratio is 80 dB. What that is the self noise you'd hear if there is no other noise around you. And the signal pickup is full spectrum of 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. And yes, this can connect to my DJI drone USB RC2 remote control, and let's test it right now. Here is my DJI Mini 4 Pro drone and the remote control. So I can simply, as you see, I just put in the USB port here. I'll turn on the remote and you'll see the lights are on. So we see the microphone has power. And if I want to record audio, well, let's get out there and do a bit of recording. Let's see, I'm recording with this drone. You should be able to hear the audio. And this is using my MAONO WAVE T5 microphone connected USB to this remote control. How am I coming through? So this is a test of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. And so we can see I'm flying above. I can zoom up, go down, use the light just as such. Right now we're recording with remote control. That's the way to record audio through the USB. I'm going to fly up, and this gives you an idea of how this works. Yeah. So if I want to add more light, I can change my shutter speed or my aperture or whatever I choose to. Let's see if I go here. I'm going to add more light. There we go. Quite overexposed. There we go. Now I can see more on the remote control itself. I'm sure I'm overexposed, but either way, this is just a test to see how this works out. Right now I have noise reduction off, and now I'll turn it to aggressive so you can hear the difference. Noise reduction is now set to aggressive. How is that noise difference? I'll switch it back again, and then I'll go to slight in a moment. Noise reduction is now turned to slight, and that shouldn't make too much difference, but we'll find out in a moment. I have traffic behind me, as you can hear, and I'll turn the noise reduction off again. Noise reduction is now off, and now I'm going to switch over to moderate. Noise reduction is now switched to moderate. How am I coming through with the noise reduction set to this setting? And each time I have to change the setting, I have to go back into the Maono app. That drives me a bit crazy, but if you find the noise reduction you want, it works perfectly for your needs. At least that's what I hope. So let's turn that off. Now switch noise reduction off, as I am now, to whatever setting I had set as default. That's simply a touch of a button. So if I choose to keep aggressive on all the time, it'll either be off or aggressive until I go in the app and change it. Right now, the volume's set at 1 out of 20, and I don't want to be too loud, but I want to do an SPL test to find out if shouting like this causes any distortion in the sound. But what if I want to go even louder? Like, there's a certain point where it's going to clip no matter what, because I can see the waveforms in the device clipping if I shout really loud. Like, I'm not shouting very loud right now, but I'm shouting quite loud, louder than you might want to go. But at 120 SPL, it means if you have a motorbike or something like that, you're probably going to get distortions, because 120 SPL is me this kind of shouting loud like this. It is now time for a quick distance test. I'm about 5 feet away, which is about 1.5 meters away from the camera, or the mobile phone, I should say. So let's do a quick turnaround. Even right here, it shouldn't clip the audio at all from here at this distance away. And of course, line of sight does cut down reception. So let's do a quick test. I'm going to start right here. So this is considered 25 feet away, or about 7.5 meters away. So I'm going to turn around and let's see if I cut it out or not. I have no clue, because I have not played this back yet. 50 feet away, or 15 meters away from the mobile phone and the receiver. So how am I coming through? Let's do a turnaround. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing mic 1, 2, 3. Testing mic 1, 2, 3. At this point, at 75 feet or 22.5 meters away, let's do a turnaround to see if it'll cut out. I'm pretty sure it will cut out. Every mic does pretty much everything. So let's keep on going. Right now I'm about 100 feet away, which happens to be 30 meters away from the camera, or in this case, from the mobile phone and receiver. So let's do a turnaround. I'm sure I'll cut out. I'm positive, absolutely 100% positive I'll cut out this distance away when facing away from the camera. But then again, who would, in their right mind, would record themselves on a mobile phone this distance away? I have no clue. This is getting quite ridiculous. I'm not actually keeping track of how far away I am. I'm just walking and walking some more and going further away. At what point does this make sense or not make sense? I think we passed that a long time ago. Either way, this is a test of the reception distance. And I believe I'm over 150 feet, which would be 45 meters away. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what you expect of me, especially this distance away, when I'm probably like a speck. Do you want to be a speck on camera? I have no clue, but I think I'll end it here. When it comes to Maono Wave T5, the negatives I see are the fact you need the Maono Link app connected to your mobile phone to install new firmware or to set your settings. Yes, once it's done, and that's pretty much even how the Hollyland works as well, and even the Rode Wireless Go, it works that way too, connecting to a device. In this case, it's the PC. But either way, once you set it, it's set unless you need to change your settings. However, that's to mobile phone type adapter that can go to my DJI remote or to my PC, or I can simply use this one that has most of the functions other than, I believe, noise canceling. Better option to PC is definitely USB to PC that way, because you have more control rather than being this is the settings and it might be too quiet or it might be too loud for the device. And if your sound sounds distorted, be mindful of volume levels for the best clarity. Right now I decided to put the fur on, and this is slippery. You're gonna hate putting the fur on because it's so hard to put it on. There we go. Having a fur muff similar to the Hollyland. Is there a problem with the MAONO? The same sort of problem? Yeah, you can't see buttons. You cannot see the buttons. So if I want to press noise cancellation, or if I want to put mute on or stop recording, I can't tell. I just have to know from memory. The functions, especially the extra functions, is very useful. The furry wind muff, you're gonna have a little battle with it. You can leave it on, it's not a problem. This is Eric's Studio, formerly Sparky Studio. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day.